Most people see someone cry and instantly assume one thing. They're weak. They can't handle pressure. They're too emotional. They need to toughen up. But what if that assumption is completely wrong? What if the people who cry the easiest are actually the ones experiencing life at a deeper level than everyone else? And what if the people who never cry aren't stronger, but disconnected? By the end of this video, you're going to question everything you've been taught about emotions, strength, and what it really means to be in control. Section 1. The moment it starts. No one is born ashamed of crying. A child cries freely. No hesitation, no self-judgment, just pure, honest emotion. But very early on, something changes. A child falls and starts crying. And instead of being understood, they hear, "You're fine. Stop crying. Be strong." And in that moment, something subtle but powerful happens. They learn that emotions are inconvenient, that vulnerability is something to hide. Over time, this becomes a rule. Feel, but don't show it. Care, but don't express it. Break, but do it quietly. So the real question is, did we become stronger as we grew up? Or did we just become better at pretending? Section 2. The ones who couldn't hide it. Some people adapt to the system perfectly. They shut things down. They disconnect. They become composed. But others never fully learn that skill. They still feel deeply. They still react strongly. And they still cry. And because of that, they get labeled too sensitive, too emotional, too intense. But here's the truth. Those labels say more about society's discomfort with emotions than the person feeling them. Psychology has a term for these individuals: highly sensitive people, around 15 to 20% of the population. They're not overreacting. They're processing more than you are. Section 3. Their inner world is different. Imagine two people in the same situation. They hear the same words, they see the same moment, but inside, two completely different experiences. For most people, emotion passes through like a wave. It rises, peaks, fades. But for someone highly sensitive, it lingers. It expands. It settles deeper. A simple moment can become layered. What was said, what was meant, what was felt underneath. This is why a small moment can affect them for hours, while others forget it in minutes. Their brain is wired to go deeper, not faster. Section 4. The invisible burden. Now let's talk about something most people never notice. Emotionally sensitive people don't just feel their own emotions. They pick up on everyone else's too. You walk into a room and something feels off. No one says anything, but you can feel it. A slight tension, an unspoken conflict, a hidden sadness. Most people ignore this. But some people can't. They absorb it, without trying, without wanting to. And this is why crying starts to make sense. Because when you're constantly taking in emotional signals, your system needs a way to process it. Section 5. When empathy becomes overload. There's a difference between understanding someone's pain and feeling it. Some people watch someone struggle and think, "That's sad." Others feel it physically. A tight chest, a lump in the throat, eyes filling instantly. That's not weakness. That's empathy operating at full capacity. But here's the problem. When you feel everything, you carry everything. And most people don't realize how exhausting that is, because it never fully turns off. Section 6. Why they replay everything. Now, imagine this. The moment ends. Everyone moves on. But you don't. You go home and replay it. What they said, how they said it, what it meant. Days later, it comes back. Years later, you still remember how it felt. This isn't overreacting. It's deep processing. They don't feel more than others. They feel longer. And because of that, they often understand things others never fully grasp. Section 7. The biology of crying. Now, let's shift perspective completely. Because crying isn't just emotional. It's biological. When you cry, your body releases stress chemicals. Literally. Which means crying is not losing control. It's your body resetting itself. So the person who cries might actually be regulating better than the person who doesn't. Think of it like pressure. If you never release it, it builds. Eventually, something breaks. Section 8. The strength nobody sees. People who cry easily are often the ones who care more, notice more, understand more. They don't shut down. They don't numb out. They stay open, even when it hurts. And in a world that rewards emotional distance, that's not weakness. That's courage. So maybe we've been asking the wrong question. Instead of, why are they so emotional? Maybe we should ask, why are we so uncomfortable with emotion? Because strength isn't about feeling less. It's about being able to feel deeply and still keep going. Anyone can shut down. Anyone can disconnect. But staying open, feeling fully, remaining human in a world that pressures you to become numb, that's rare. And that's real strength. If this made you rethink what strength actually looks like, subscribe. Because most of what we've been taught about human behavior is only surface level. And if you saw yourself in this video, then the next one is even more important. Click on the video on your screen. People who think too much. Because overthinking and emotional depth are deeply connected. And understanding that link might completely change how you see your own mind. Watch it now.